criticism that Dianne Morales is weak on policy. Her platform, she's weak on policy. Well, let's read some policy that she's in favor of, okay? It seems pretty intricate to me. Eliminate Major Capital Improvements Act, which allows landlords to pass the cost of building repairs and renovations onto the renters themselves, as well as often harass people out of their homes. So yeah, we got to get rid of the Major Capital Improvements Act. Did you know that? The Major Capital Improvements Act, MCIs, S3693A6322. See, Dianne Morales is also calling for effective and just implementation of the Housing Stabilization and Tenant Protection Act to strengthen the landmark tenant protections passed in 2019. What? We're going to have effective and just implementation of the Housing Stability and Tenant Protection Act, the 2009 law that was passed to protect tenants. Okay, so there's some more policy. Advocate for the Home Stability Support. Advocate for the Home Stability Support, HSS. S2375A1620. This is a rent subsidy proposal that would bridge the difference between inadequate public assistance, shelter allowances, and rents for family and individuals who are unhoused or at risk of becoming unhoused. So she's for the Home Stability Support. She is for the Housing Stability and Tenant Protection Act of 2019, and she wants to get rid of the Major Capital Improvement Acts. The Act, Major Capital Improvements Act. She wants to get rid of that. Okay, weak on policy. Get the fuck out of here. Now, people are going to say two main reasons why her campaign is dead and gone. Her campaign is dead and gone. Why? Because her staff unionized against her, so that's not a good look, right? And she does look a little battered, but I think it's just, I hope she, gets some pick-me-up steam soon, because Dianne Morales, New York City needs Dianne Morales. New York City needs Dianne Morales. She wants to defund the police. She wants to shut down Rikers. She wants to eliminate vice. There's a whole bunch of, my God, if you're going to get rid of Dianne Morales, then what are people going to do? All that, all that policy, the Home Stability Support. So there's two main reasons why they're saying that her campaign is imploding. Dianne Morales, her campaign's imploding. Because of the unionization, the staff unionized against her, and she had to fire all of them. And then the other one was she said that she voted for Cuomo over Cynthia Nixon in the Democrat primary of 2018. She voted for Cuomo. Holy shit, motherfucking Cuomo. In the Democratic primary, you actually had over 1 million people that voted for Andrew Cuomo. And Cynthia Nixon just got over 500,000. She got 35% to his 65%. So guess what? 65% of the Democrats voted for Andrew Cuomo. She was part of the majority that voted for Andrew Cuomo. Cynthia Nixon is more liberal, more progressive. But does she look New York? I don't know. I don't know if she looks New York. Now, maybe if any of the other, whatever, the other actresses, okay, so there's that, right? The majority, over 1 million people, he got reelected. A lot of people voted for fucking Cuomo. That doesn't tell me jack shit, okay? So, oh my God, she voted for, get the fuck out of here. So what, are you telling me Eric Adams voted for Cynthia Nixon? Are you trying to tell me that Andrew Yang voted for Cynthia Nixon? Are you trying to tell me that Catherine Garcia voted for Cynthia Nixon? And then, that's what you have to do is compare and contrast. Who did the other people vote for? Because she was honest about a thing that wasn't too popular, that's, fuck you. That's stupid. That's dumb. If anything, she's being honest. You asked her who she voted for, she told you. So that doesn't end a fucking person's campaign. He's still the fucking governor. So you want to badmouth the unpopular governor to get elected, but when you're in office, don't you want to work with? Don't you want to, I guess you got to tell the governor, hey, you best fucking listen to me. But it seems like diplomatic would be better, right? I don't know. Maybe not, I don't know. But it doesn't sink your campaign. It does not sink your campaign. The other thing that they're going to say is unions. And I'm going to mention this about unions. A lot of times, you know, you're supposed to be in favor of the unions. You know, I'm pro-labor, pro-union, pro-working families. We need a civil society for working families. We need political parties. We need our leaders to actually give a shit about the working class of this nation. So there's three examples that I see that unions aren't, you know, always doing what they're aren't always best, right? There was Nader. Nader got unionized. Ralph Nader ran for office in 2000, and the people that was trying to help him get elected, you know, unionized against him. Well, maybe if they weren't, you know, busy unionizing, maybe if they were busy helping getting him elected, perhaps we would have had, you know, baby Bush, and then Obama, and then Donald, and then Joe Biden. Nader being president in 2000 would have changed America. America would have been fucking rocking and, you know, bebopping and rock steady. And so Nader in 2000, he got unionized. Did that help anybody? You know, ultimately for the worker themselves. And yeah, you got to be the change you want to see in the world. But there's also the ideas that Dianne Morales represents. She is going to fight against the war on drugs. She's going to, you know, protect the tenants. She's going to protect the immigrants. She is, you know, there's a bunch of shit. She's going to legalize prostitution. She's going to shut down Rikers Island. She's going to eliminate vice. She's for the Good Cause Eviction Act and the Just Clause Employment Protection. Meaning you can't just throw tenants out for unjust reasons, and you can't just fire workers for unjust reasons. You can't just fuck with people just to be fucking with people. So, who's going to protect the tenants? Who's going to protect the workers? Who's going to protect the prostitutes? Who's going to protect... My God, she's talking about defunding the police. She's one of the people that's actually seriously talking about defunding the police. And, you know, diverting the resources, let the police be police, but make sure... And I know that she believes, you know, she was also right on Israel and Palestine. So you're going to sit there and what? Throw out all those ideas. All those ideas. It's in the campaign. I guess this is a good, you know, point for leverage. It's a smart for leverage. But Jesus Christ, she's one person. She's trying to get elected. You know, I don't like how the union, they're sitting there demanding like $1 million. They want severance pay afterwards. They want $1 million here, $1 million there. So I don't think that you should just support any fucking union effort and any striking effort. There could be like just a spoiled, you know, union members that are just doing fucking good as shit, and then they're just, you know, spoiled, and they just keep striking all goddamn day long. They got good jobs, and they're... Another time, Black Lives Matter protested Bernie Sanders in 2016. Donald Trump became president in 2016. So was that good for black people to get Donald Trump in there instead of Bernie Sanders? They protested Bernie Sanders in the primary against Hillary Clinton. So I feel like you jumped the gun there, Black Lives Matter. You jumped the gun. Will we ever get a Bernie Sanders in there again? My God, Bernie Sanders would have been amazing for the entire nation, for 330 million people. And then some, for the future generations. But instead, Black Lives Matter protested him, got their, you know, headlines, but then we got Donald Trump. Now we got fucking Joe Biden. What the fuck? What the fuck? Did that help? Was that good? And then what about the police union in New York City? In New York City themselves, the fucking police union. That makes me think like maybe police should not have a union. Everybody else needs a fucking union. Them bastards are, you know, fucking with everybody else, and then we're going to give them, not only do they get all the wealth and power to begin with, but we're going to give them extra protections on top of, get the fuck out of here. De Blasio had, what, a black son? So he, you know, no cops, you can't be criminals no more. You can't just go around criminalizing people. De Blasio stands up and says, no more criminal police. And then the police union goes berserk, and now we're just supposed to hate de Blasio. But the reason why the majority of the hatred of de Blasio came from that police union. And why? Because they were okay with Eric Garner getting fucking killed. They were just fine and dandy with Eric Garner getting killed, and they were going to protect the thin blue line, right? The terrorists, protect them, you know, they're not protecting the law, they're not protecting the people, they're not protecting justice or peace or love, they're protecting themselves. Is that the point? Is that why we hired these fucking police officers, so they can get in there and kill people and then protect themselves? What the fuck? The person that advocates for criminal cops, what, as soon as you get a badge, you get to commit all the fucking crimes? Well, you're just the oppressor, colonialist fucking class. Is that what it is? So no more criminal cops, which is how it's supposed to be. If you're a cop, you can't commit crimes. You're supposed to be the good guys. So if you're a cop and you're not the good guy, then you're not a real cop. Cops are the good guys. And when when you turn into a bad guy, then, maybe there should be like a strike 3, you're out rule or some shit. But the criminal justice system fucks people over, so when a cop gets a charge, then that's when, people get fucking crazy because of what? What, a police officer's going to go through our own criminal justice system? We're going to charge a police officer? With our rocket docket slaughterhouse, he'll get convicted automatically. All he has to do is get charged, and then he gets shoved right through the whole damn thing. So Dianne Morales, she wants criminal justice reform. She wants, require labor standards and prevailing wages of all city contracts. She wants to protect workers from wage theft. Decriminalize drug use as well as possession of limited amounts and arrest and violation level enforcement for drugs and decline to prosecute all drug charges, analyze all DA budgets with the intent to reduce them significantly in the practice of asset forfeiture of personal property. Who's going to end the practice of asset forfeiture? Defund the police, transformative justice, conflict resolution, create a community first responders department separate from the NYPD. Staff are trained personnel with backgrounds in trauma-informed intervention response to mental health. So she's saying defund the police. Take the NYPD budget, which is what, $6 billion, $10 billion budget, cut it in half, and create Community First Responders Department. The Community First Responders. No more police. We're going to send somebody out there that's, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to, social issues and this and that, we're going to send experts and shit. Not just sending, cops, violent fucking state, Glock, with the Glock on the... This department will act as part of a larger ecosystem to connect New Yorkers with programs and services, remove police from social services, including school safety officers, traffic enforcement, outreach to unhoused New Yorkers, and drug intervention, advance the democratically elected Civilian Complaint Review Board, and empower it to discipline officers, provide a right to counsel for immigrant and undocumented communities, and protect their due process by ensuring no city agencies or entities cooperate with ICE, invest in restorative alternatives to disrupt violence within communities, and fund local groups in leading transformative programs around addressing hate and violence, fully fund and scale cure violence, C-U-R-E. So I guess that's more policy, C-U-R-E, violence, create more gun-free zones within communities, find city-led ways to begin to eliminate pre-trial detention, includes pushing district attorneys and vacating offenses and declining to prosecute offenses and reducing the number of people subjected to pre-trial detention by 80% immediately. Ensure higher compliance of worker safety on the job sites by increasing fines for violations leading up to sites with a record of violations and losing their license. Ban NYPD's gang database, NYPD's ability to purchase information from data brokers due to the Uniform Land Use Review Procedure. Look at all this shit. So much progressive stuff. More money for the Center for the Health Equity. Provide health care access to undocumented communities. Provide paid family leave, maternity leave, and sick leave to independent contractors and gig workers. So we're going to throw out all these incredible progressive ideas, right? All these incredible progressive ideas because you had some immature union that was asking for too goddamn fucking much, putting a squeeze on Dianne Morales, a couple weeks before the fucking thing, and she handled the situation. She handled the situation. She fired them all. She has to run a goddamn campaign. She can't be bogged down with this bullshit, unionization. She needs to get out in front of the cameras and talk to the people. And she's pro-union, but, you got to understand the specifics of that detail of that case of what was going on there. So you're throwing out everything. You're throwing out workers' rights for the entire city because you're going to protect these few workers. Are you sure these few workers are in the right? She's going to make sure that freedom is legalized. Make sure you have a right to your own bodies. Legalizing drugs, legalizing prostitution. She's more courageous than Paperboy Prince. I haven't heard him say anything about legalizing drugs, fighting against the war on drugs, shut down Rikers Island, eliminate vice, going to protect, workers from unjust firings and protect tenants from unjust evictions with the just cause, employment protections and the good cause, eviction act. She's smart when it comes to policy. When I think of Dianne Morales, I think of, she's like the first Afro-Latino. So she's both brown and black. So she's got both brown and black. Talk about she's a super person of color, right? She's both brown and black. So she's a super, right? Okay, so when I think about Dianne Morales, I think of her as the black woman next door, the black woman that you can relate to, the black woman next door. That's exactly what we need. A goddamn soccer mom, a fucking actual average, person that's been through the shit. Her parents were what, Puerto Rican immigrants? So my God, what? Her parents are Puerto Rican immigrants. They just fucking got here, not 50 years ago. She's doing pretty good for herself. And now what? Goddamn unionized right up her ass in the middle of a fucking campaign, She handled the damn thing. And then she said she voted for Cuomo just like, two-thirds. It was a blowout, 65 to 35. Everybody voted for Cuomo. Nobody voted for Cynthia. That's a blowout in politics, 60-40, 35 to 65. Nobody voted for it. That was a blowout. So Andrew Cuomo handily beat Cynthia Nixon. It wouldn't have mattered if Dianne Morales would have voted for. And again, you're telling me Eric Adams and Andrew Dianne, you're telling me both of them they voted for Cynthia Nixon. I would love to know how every one of them voted. But we're not asking the same questions of all of them, right? We'll just ask one of them, and then one will tell us what they actually, voted for, and then we're going to say, ha-ha, we gotcha. Did we? I don't think we did. So I think it's stupid. And then the media, she's a progressive. So there's media out there that want her to, they want the perception of her it's imploding and she's going down, so it's all lost. It's all lost. Have no more hope. New York City, Dianne Morales, it's all lost. Why? Her staff unionized. She had to fire them. It looked bad. And in that primary in 2018, she voted for Cuomo just like everybody else did. So shit, fuck. She voted for Cuomo just like everybody else fucking did in 2018 when it came to that primary against Cynthia Nixon. No, I know. But it's over. No, workers don't get a right. We're not going to protect sex workers. We're not going to protect victims of police brutality. We're not going to protect the immigrant. We're not going to protect the tenants and the workers. We're not going to protect the little people anymore. Why? Because Dianne Morales voted for Andrew Cuomo in 2018. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's so stupid and dumb. That's stupid and dumb. So there you go. I don't know my top 5. Paperboy, he's got a lot of progressive ideas, but for some reason it doesn't seem like he's taking this campaign serious at all. I don't think he really wants to win. So it makes me wonder he's just doing it for attention or something. But he's super progressive. He's got UBI, he wants UBI dreams and Medicare for all, and he wants to fight poverty and some other shit. But Dianne Morales, I like Dianne Morales a lot better because she's just a lot more articulate and she's got a lot more fucking shit going on. If Paperboy did get elected, he just I'm going to get Dianne Morales to be a part of my cabinet. Now, just say, hey, all these other people are going to be experts, right? But if I was to rank them right now, Dianne Morales, Paperboy, Maya Wiley, and then Jocelyn Taylor. I like that Jocelyn Taylor. In fact, a lot of these ideas on, Dianne Morales' platform look like they came from Jocelyn Taylor's platform to begin with. So Jocelyn Taylor, I might actually put Jocelyn Taylor number 2. I think I like Jocelyn Taylor better than Paperboy. So it would be Dianne Morales, Paperboy, Jocelyn Taylor, Maya Wiley, and then the last one, I'm going back and forth. I like that Isaac Wright Jr., That Isaac Wright Jr. I think would be interesting. I also like that Ray McGuire. I might vote for Ray McGuire. So that would be my top 5 right there. New York City, Dianne Morales' campaign has not collapsed. I think that she could have got unionized and fired them, 100 times, maybe 20 times before. She's Dianne fucking Morales. Who the fuck else? It's not their name that was on the ticket. If they think they fucking know so goddamn much, the union leader, why don't you put your name on the fucking ticket? Why don't you run for office since you think you know so goddamn fucking much? Dianne Morales is putting her, face out there. She's putting her name and her life, really. She's putting her life on the fucking line to actually help, the underdog, the downtrodden. She's like Jesus Christ, right? She loves the, anyways. So there you go. Nader, he got unionized in 2000. We would have benefited from a President Nader. Black Lives Matter protested Bernie Sanders. We would have benefited from President Bernie Sanders this time or last time. And then, of course, the police union in New York City. Apparently, if the cops can't just wantonly murder, how can they do their goddamn jobs? Frankly, if you've been using crimes to enforce the law the whole time, all you guys are fired. No, you're all fucking fired. No, that's incorrect. You weren't doing it correctly. Only extreme cases would you need to do that. But it almost seemed like it was policy. It was their go-to policy. Should we do this one by the book? Nope. Let's just shoot them all up and get the hell out of here. Why? Because they want to murder Eric Garner and keep on murdering Eric Garners? Fuck you. Bill de Blasio was a goddamn courageous, fantastic ranked choice voting, and the police unions. He took on the police union and, got us ranked choice voting. This is for the entire country. So thank you, Bill de Blasio. And I don't know what, he likes the Red Sox? Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. People have real fucking problems out here. He likes the Red Sox. Okay, well, he, stop police brutality. He got us actual elections. He got real democracy for New York City. Well, he likes Boston Red Sox. Fuck you. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Brianna Gray? Red Sox? Are you kidding? That's superficial. So anyways.